I'm in the grid. Back on the east side. And starting in a corner. And thinking about what I've seen, which direction I want to go, looking for these old places. And here's the thing. So, confirmed. 2 old home sites in this square. Now I'm at a 4-way. One in that one in the one behind me, and nothing found yet in this one. So again, we're at a 4-way of squares and home sites all around us. The one we found most recently was the one in absolutely terribleness of ground. That's where the tomback, draw pull, oxen shoes came from. Little itty bitty cellar hole. Unreal that that's where the guy planted himself. And the thing is, with this one, we have seen convincing signs in the last couple weeks. Massive pile of stacked rocks over there. Up this wall, about 10 minutes as it starts to get really steep, was that stone-lined paddock containment area. And when I did walk through with my detector, there was nail iron and iron things about. Somebody had to be in this square. So what I'm gonna do, well, I'm just going to start walking and zigzagging as I enter this corner, which obviously it's going to get wider and wider as we go. It's going to go up, and I'm sure the land is going to get bad. But I want to lean a bit more towards where that stack of rocks was first, and then make the gap over to the paddock. I do believe that it would be on this second half because I've seen more convincing signs than over there. But I could be wrong. Because when we found that little itty bitty cellar hole, I never would have intentionally gone looking in that area thinking someone settled. But there they were. Oh, and there was one other bit that was convincing over here. It was where the wall maintained its normal height and then had a peak section for a short stretch. That's a standout thing. So, one more piece of the puzzle. Almost looks traveled. The pile of stacked rocks I'm trying to get to is actually a bit further out from the corner than I thought, which might be a good thing. I think that's it over there. Wow. Let me give you a look of what's inside the New Hampshire ground when you start removing earth or soil. Have some rocks. Okay. We have found the pile of rocks. And it's a pretty good size too, and what I'm thinking, the significance of this. is you're not going to stack piles of rocks like that when there is 4 billion of them out there. But when you move down this way, and this is the corner we just came up in, it's a natural bowl that comes up to here, and it's decent down in there. So maybe you would be moving them out of this space up to the natural edge where it just becomes, you know, up and wall. So you'd kind of think maybe down in this corner. And the thing is, it's up the other wall from the corner where that small square was inside the big square. And keep in mind, again, these squares are so big and huge that stacking that amount of rocks doesn't help. It doesn't do anything for the entirety of the plot. So I'm going to walk the natural edge of this and then turn on my detector when it gets a little better. Huh. That actually looks rutted. Geez, it might be. Well, maybe we won't go that way. Maybe we'll go this way. At least for a little bit. I just turned it on. There's nail iron in it. Chunk of iron. Stuff here. People were here. So yeah, I'm just hitting nails as I go. Oddly enough. See, and that's the thing. You climb through terrible for a bit, and then you hit these small plateaus. Completely suitable for a dwelling. Nails mean people doing things, and I'm still following this. It's been quite a ways. That definitely looks rutted out to me. And we're still hearing sound in the ground. Well, the further I go up, the nails are disappearing. So if nobody lived up here, why are there so many nails, right? And we started at 1,200 feet. We're at 16. We know that peaks out at about 19, and I'm on another plateau. But the last one is pretty much where I stopped hearing anything. Right, so I don't know, I'm gonna follow this plateau because it heads over to the wall with the small holding area. I think that's about where we're at. We'll find out. There are sounds up here. Sounds large. Oh, huh. It's large, all right. It's a big iron wedge. And who knows how old that is. It was half a foot down. Well, there's our wall. I think our little square is down in there. And you can see it's a nice little plateau again. These places up in the hills are not like the logical setup colonial farms that we go to by any means. It's just different. Well, I swung all the way down the hill, inside that line, nothing. Get back down to the corner. Nails. There has to be something in here. Oh, look at that. A button. And guess where I'm at? I'm back at the stack of rocks. I just kept following the iron, and it led me back over here. And we found a button. And it's not old. It's a granite button. I believe these actually came out of Nashua, New Hampshire, early 1900s. Oof, granite. So, cool find, but not what we're looking for. That's from somebody else making their way through here. That's an odd one. That sounds like glass. Because it is. It's got writing on it. Oh, it's an atlas. Mason. Huh. I wonder what we were picking up. A zinc lid, maybe? Yep. With the seal intact. Well, that's an interesting find. I looked it up. It's roughly, it says 1900 to 1930. So it's in the same range of that granite button. Well, no surprise to be dealing with multiple time layers out here. And being that this is like the best spot around, people would migrate towards it, just like I did. I mean, obviously all the stacked rocks and walls and the little square up on the hill is much older. I did my gear video a bit back. I told you that I keep grocery store bags in my bag exactly for reasons and things like that, because that's a cool find and I want it. And between the mix of possibilities with loggers, hunters' cabins, things can kind of throw you off what you're looking for. But it's the old signs that have me convinced, and just knowing now where the other home sites are, it's quite the void. And for people to, well, be up here and leave things, they came into where it was good ground too, you know? I'll just keep walking and swinging. Yeah, that'll do it. I just walked the whole way down out against the wall. Same thing. Nails. And that was the first non-nail signal. And as you know, I dig them up. Not all of them, but I've dug enough up out here, and they're always square nails, so they're old. But just again, it's just odd with land that's not really worked. I mean, that's actually quite remarkable for not being able to find a structure, unless there was, like, you know, an extra foot or two of topsoil here 200 years ago and it was being worked. Erosion does drastic things to the land, as you can see on this side at the bottom of the hill. You know, that's not so natural. That's from being logged up top several times and just eroding until it gets to the base and dumps into the brook. But it's all nails. Well, that's it. I'm down the bottom. I don't know what to make of that square. Again, if you've seen the last few videos, we have found sites all around it, and the two nearest sites would be the Rial site and the Tomback Draw Pull site. There isn't a tenth of the nail iron near those cellar holes, but yet you get over into the really bad square, and there's some old signs, tons of nails. But I have to keep checking it. Got to keep covering more ground, because there's got to be something out there. And we'll find it eventually. Either way, it's fun along the way. I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. See you next time.